Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is actually my first unboxing and review of 2023 and I'm really glad it's an Iron Man figure, especially this one. Mark V is a unique armor in terms of colors and design. I got the full Mark V reissue figure last year and obviously I had to get the suited version. When you think about it, Tony Stark had the best suit-up scene with the Mark V armor. It doesn't get any better, and I'm really glad that Hot Toys is giving us the opportunity to recreate that iconic scene in our collection. And yes, I did get the deluxe version. So first, let's talk about the box. This is not your usual Iron Man box. It's a large one but not a tall one. And instead of the promotional picture of the character, you have promotional pictures of the figure. You have a big one there and one on each side. You also have the name of the movie and the name of the figure. On this side you have another promotional picture of the figure and another one there. At the back you have the usual product information, and then when you remove the first part of the box, you can see the figure. So let's open this and talk about the accessories. Since it's a suited version, there are a lot of accessories. It is a puzzle armor with big and small pieces. On top of that, it's the deluxe version. So you also have the Mark V suitcase with articulated function, which includes more pieces to recreate the very first moments of the suit-up scene. In this part I'm going to focus on the display base and the hands, as you'll get better look at all these armor pieces when I'm putting them on the figure. This is a simple base with a nameplate and a piece of plastic printed on it. You have Stark written there and the Arc reactor in the middle. It's a cool one. Plus you have a second piece of plastic if you want a different option. This one is a part of the world if you want the environment from when Tony suits up. Then you have 8 different hands. 6 of his hands are for the racing suit. You have 2 open hands, 2 fist hands, and 2 hands to hold the suitcase. Plus you have 2 Iron Man hands with fully articulated fingers. It's the same one that came with the full Mark V armor. So now let's take a look at the figure. First, I want to focus on the racing suit. It's screen accurate. Hot Toys did a beautiful job recreating this outfit in figure format with the right textures. So obviously it uses pleather and a coarse type of fabric. This means don't get crazy with action poses or it will get damaged over time. Even if it's cool to display him with his suit, I think most of us bought this figure to display him suiting up. This is pretty much the selling point of this figure. This is not the old Dead Skull that came with the Mark V armor, it's a brand new one. This one was made by Wan Kim and painted by Chi Hong. Undoubtedly, this is an amazing head sculpt. It's truly spot on, that's Robert Downey Jr. right there. Moreover, the hair has been accurately sculpted this time. Now, it is definitely the updated sculpt we needed, better likeness and more accurate. Like I have often said in my recent figure previews, Hot Toys is giving us sculpts that are more and more lifelike. This is one of them. As for the articulation, the head and the neck are 2 different pieces, so you can see the separation between the 2. The head can look up, slightly look down, and look on each side. The rest of the figure can move like this. You can move the arms like this. The hands can move. You can move the legs like this. And the feet can also move. So now let's move on to the armor. All these pieces are made of plastic, so it's not a die-cast figure. Nevertheless, the paint application is wonderful and really gives the armor a metallic feel. You have options to recreate different moments of the suit-up scene, from the moment he opens the suitcase to the end. First, the suitcase. It's actually quite simple to install all these different pieces. However, the tricky part is to put the figure in the right position. And since the racing suit uses some pleather and a special type of fabric, I don't want to push it too far and damage it, so I leave it just like that. I definitely don't recommend leaving the figure in that pose for a long period of time. Then the second step of the suit-up is when he puts on the armor on his chest like this. It takes some time and patience to put these pieces on, but once it's done, it looks great. After that, you get the fully deployed look with pieces added to the arms, the torso and the legs. You have different parts that can move. Show the pads here, this part, these parts. There are also parts that can move on the legs here and here. Finally, you can add, if you want, the suit-up helmet piece. Personally, I'll display the figure without it, as in the film the helmet only arrives at the end when the rest of the armor is almost ready. When you install the helmet piece, just be careful and gentle, you don't want to damage that amazing head sculpt. As you can see, you can do a lot with this figure. This is the first suit-up version Hot Toys is doing, and I think it's definitely a success. Just so you know, there is also light-up function for the hands and the torso. I didn't put the batteries on the torso because it's a bit tricky. This is definitely a great set to have in your collection, the suit-up version and the full armor. Even if I showed you the different options for display you have for this figure, I'm still doing a poses chapter so you can get a better look at the figure, so let's see that. For Iron Man fans, this is a must-buy. Not only you get a Tony Stark racing suit figure, you can recreate his most iconic suit-up scene. Plus, if you already have the full Mark V armor, this will look great in your collection. Thanks again for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye!